Times a pitcher has struck him out. Same pitcher back-to-back at bats. Juan Soto. But now it's Cano and Judge.
There's CNL Perez. He's starting to get heated up.
It's not a bullpen that's in prime shape tonight. Gregory Soto, Keegan Aiken, and Jacob Weber all through yesterday.
Now Judge is only 4 at-bats against Cano. Never got a hit.
That's not close. Aaron Judge a strikeout and a walk tonight. 3 for 8 in this series. 2 homers, 3 walks. Yanks have been great in these spots.
I mean, the movement of that changeup is
1-1. Judge has reached the list of players to do that. Joey Votto and Aaron Judge. That's it. That's a 3-1 for Judge.
Yeah, he got that breaking ball over to Volpe, but you know, part of pitching.
Orioles hitting with runners in scoring position last night, but the Yankees, I mean, look, they're what, 8 for 15 in the first 2 games of this series. They've been really good.
And they're loaded up on a walk, a single, and another walk. And with Perez, will find himself in a left-on-left as Cano departs. It's unloaded in a 1-0 game. That breaks a ton compared to sliders and his off that slider. Lefty's hitting 194. Austin Wells has grounded into a double play back-to-back, station to station for New York. A 1-0 6th inning game. Yankees on the verge of the East.
No, when you have good stuff, and he does, you trust it. So, you know, how are you going to throw that slider?
Maybe you create that ground ball you're looking for. I mean, Wells into a double play, first at bat last night.
It's third of an inning, a hit, 2 walks, and a strikeout. 3 runs out there. CNL's done a nice job in these spots. Stranding first in baseball, 416 on the year. Wells takes in.
Well, the other difference is, you know, it's position. They're 236. League's average is what, about 252? The Orioles are at 261. Big difference. Oh, there's that pitch. I mean, that's a gutsy pitch.
Pretty good pitch, too.
Yeah.
2 balls, 1 strike, bases loaded.
Going okay, 3-2, bases loaded. Drop down, sidearm.
Submarine.
Yeah, exactly. And then we get to see an ultimate matchup with Stanton waiting on deck, who's already homered.
Wells has not struck out in the series. 0 for 10 with a walk. 2-2 from CNL.
You got to figure it's going to be another breaking ball, because it looks like maybe he's more comfortable throwing that.
Down.
3-2. Walked him.
That's hot. It's almost 1 every 2 innings. Just walk in a run.
And now some serious thunder. Faced Cieno Perez only twice. He is 1 for 2, and he has a home run tonight as well. First pitch swinging. He's 2. Here comes Wells for the 3rd run. The throw to the plate will be cut off. Full war. 3-run double Stanton. 5-0 Bombers.
Well, 4 RBIs.
Pitch fastball, and he got one. Look at that. 116 off the bat. This thing looked like it was rising going out there. And Cedric Mullins hit. All 3 runs would score.
Yeah, it's a ball that he hit it so hard at the elevate.
Chisholm down to first. There's out number 2. The most hapless hitter in the league sometimes, and then he can look like the most powerful man to ever walk.
Best pitch this year, though, has been that slider. Opponents hitting just 160 off the slider.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, had a great year, and that year it was the pitch of choice was the changeup. Hit like 049 on it.
There it is.
Changeup, it floats in there. Yeah, we were talking to him today. I said, I thought you were just going to jump over the wall and come in.
He's the only Oriole reliever who hasn't pitched the last 2 days. In fact, he's on 4 days rest. So there's a chance he could go for days again. They're 1 win away, or 1 Tigers loss away over the next 3 nights or today. So very much in the driver's seat for the East. They did not lead for any of the first 19 innings of this series. And a big double by Stanton have blown this game open. And Baker puts Dominguez on. That's the Yankees' 4th walk in the 6th. To bat.
Yeah, the bullpen last night was good until Matt Bowman came in and the Yankees came back command-wise. But that's what the Yankees do, unless you're Burns and you can command your stuff.
Walks. 5th best on base percentage.
So the Orioles, after sort of losing again, 4-0, and up in Minnesota.
Safe.
Yeah, there's no way Stanton's going to get hurt trying to get home on that.
Dominguez 5 for.
McCann's got a good arm. This is from his knees too. Just a rocket down there. But an outstanding jump.
Strike 2. For the collapse of the League Central over the past month or so, Minnesota looked like close to a playoff lock. Detroit's season was done. It'll bring in 2 more, and this never-ending 6th inning adds another 2.
Well, they've done a number here in the 6th inning. All 4 big walks. It's what happens after the walks. There's that cutter you talked about. Speeds the bat up, and only a single, long single.
Volpe struck out to start the inning. You don't want to be the guy that makes 2 of the 3 outs in the same inning.
This guy he faced was Volpe and struck him out on as good a slider as you can throw, and then got wild.
Baker's throwing a dozen. This will be the 37th pitch of the inning.
Well, you got Cano and Perez pitching a lot. And again, the discipline of the Yankees doesn't help. Helps them, but doesn't help the Orioles.
A great inning. Everybody else did. 6 runs.
American League and guarantee home playoff baseball at PNC Bank. And we'll talk about the start from Corbin Burns, and we'll hear from Orioles manager Brandon Hyde on why that start was 5 innings.
The wild card round looming. Really wish you could have gone further just to see what he could do. Garrett Cole's still out there. Dominguez ends his night. 2 strikeouts and a walk. Strike 2, Cows are 0-2.
And he had to give up a run, and what does he do? He goes, we saw him last inning, goes right to the scouting reports. There's the chimney like Burns.
Yeah.
You just don't get a lot of pitches to hit.
Remember, we talk a lot about the stuff and the spins and all that stuff is wonderful, but the location where he starts the ball, and this is what you see, a big 0.
I remember years ago I was doing incidentally, I believe you're going to do the games. Congratulations. That'll be great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
But anyway, Jim Cobb was a pitching coach. You have location.
You'll have a lot of zeros on the scoreboard.
Exactly. You're going to be a pretty good pitcher. Cole has, and that's what Burns has.
Well, Cole goes back out because obviously the Yankees 1 win away from clinching East. Jim said earlier, probably a sim game or 2 mixed in there, a couple bullpens, at least 1 or 2.
Well, that's two line drives that Adley hit tonight. The first one right at Soto. This one's at Torres.
Yeah, the Orioles caught a few breaks. Aaron Boone quickly out of the dugout.
There's your hook to strike out Bowser. There's the perfect 98 mile per hour when you pitch well. And it looks like they're going to, at least, boy, he loves his changeup. Used to be a hard thrower. Now he throws strikes.
Yeah, look
really
at
good numbers. Yeah.
1.74 opponent's batting average.
O'Hearn softly to second. Glove flip. Gleyber Torres.
Yeah. Wow.
O'Hearn is 0 for 3. We hit the stretch in the Bronx with 7-0 Yankees in the bottom of the 7th. Doesn't look like it's going to happen now unless something absolutely wild happens. Kevin Brown, Ben McDonald, Jim Palmer for Burns, though, leads the game early to tune up for a postseason start, and the Yankees really took advantage of this bullpen.
Just a year strong. Last 6 starts have been outstanding. And yes, I mean, that's the big question mark with the Orioles, right? Is the bullpen. It's the 21st best bullpen. 4 walks in that inning really cost you. And again, Jim's touched on this a lot. This is one of the most difficult lineups I think there is to face because they win your game when you face them.
Yeah, the theme tonight was good pitching stops good hitting, and it did. Burns and Cole did when they took advantage of those 4 walks. They all scored. Yeah, are they tough? Yeah, but you got to command your stuff and really pitch much. The other guys are probably overpitched, maybe a little bit tired, but American League. Now they've been struggling a little bit, obviously win and lose games, but they hadn't hit a home run in 6-1, and they are losing, as we mentioned, the role of spoilers if they're not going to go to the postseason as a wild card team.
Baker against Torres, Soto, and Judge. Tomorrow, looks like Minnesota, if they lose tonight, the Twins would fall 3 back.
Fastball right there, 97, right up the ladder. What'd you say? One of the better low ball sink
4-seamer. It's got some ride to it. Right up to the top of the zone it goes.
Well, stuff-wise,
there's nothing wrong with the stuff. You talked about the changeup; they can be really good. There's a little breaking ball dumped in there. He's got a curveball and a slider.
Most important score of the day. White Sox 7, Angels nothing. Don't let the White Sox get hot. Oh, throws it away.
It looked like Henderson's.
I bet it's going to probably be a base hit.
Let's see if Henderson's enough when that ball hits the glove.
Yeah, from that angle, that's going to be an error.
Year. He's been so brilliant at times defensively, but obviously there's a lot of growth left in his game. Ball 1. Anyway, in Chicago, the White Sox still, but the White Sox have now swept the Angels.
Oh, my goodness.
Number 58.
Look at that. I'll tell you what.
Look up the launch angle on that one because that's off the charts.
Here's the launch angle. Rings of Saturn.
There's a lot of things Aaron Judge does that's not supposed to happen.
No.
111 off the bat, 390 RBI of the season. And the MVP race in the American League has been over.
When have you ever seen a season like this, except 2 years ago?
Because he hit home runs when when nobody was hitting home runs, and Judge hits more home runs when people are hitting home runs. Here, every 9 times up, the big guy goes out of here. That's pretty amazing.
5-time single season home run list with those 58. He is 7th with the American League record. He just continues to rewrite the history books. Aaron Judge, he continues the baseball reality. And now he can't stop hitting home runs. 45 and a boom.
Well, Ben and I were listening to Aaron Boone's press conference, and Dutch said, well, when you make a mistake, you get a new ball. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, he's literally having a better year than 2 years ago when he set the American League home run record. He's walked 20. He's a 9-0 lead.
Played there many times over the years and finished just 1 game under 500. Was in fact the Baltimore Orioles. It was a win 4-1 for the Orioles behind Dave McNally, who pitched a
the first home run ever at the Coliseum, Brett, was hit by Boog Powell. Manuel Rivera, the pinch hitter, emotional speech to the fans, watching the Athletics players come on the field, greet the fans. I just felt a profound. They have moved a couple of times in their history. Philadelphia, Kansas City, Oakland. Now they're off to Sacramento. Who knows how long that's going to be. It was one of the most electric venues in sports. And one more time, that fan base got to experience the pure.
And the Coliseum is very much like old Memorial Stadium. Raiders played there. You go back and look at, and I mean, you think of all the championship games, World Series.
Championship in that venue in January of 2001. Of course, the Colts and Raiders had many great games now in that parking lot in Oakland, California. It all evaporated overnight. 3 teams just left into Kansas City and then Oakland. 6 pennants, 4 world championships just since 1968. And truly some of the greatest players. Reggie Jackson, Catfish Hunter, some of the greatest ever to do it.
And as Rivera strikes out, the teams here, but I know you had so many wonderful battles with Oakland. And I'll say this, I know this wasn't a great butts off, this Oakland team. They are a young team. They are a gritty team. They've embodied the spirit of the Athletics well. And Sacramento could be 170 degrees turf field next year.
Won't be that hot, but
and Mason Miller, by the way, the final pitch of the Coliseum, 103.5. What a way to go out that was. Gets a piece. We got to go there last year, Ben. You got to bid the Coliseum farewell one more time.
Yeah.
Some of your memories of Oakland?
Wiring, Seiko, and Ricky Henderson, and Corny Lansford, and Gallego, and Steinbach. I mean, just a pitcher's ballpark, especially at nighttime. Big ballpark. Ball didn't carry great there.
Yeah, the 72-3.
We met so many wonderful people there in our time there as well. We talked about this a little bit when we left Oakland. Plus years. Mark Kotsay shouted them out after the game. The A's manager, very emotional speech, said forever grateful. Barry Zito sang the national anthem.
Oh, did he
A's
really?
ace. Ricky Henderson, Dave Stewart.
For the Athletics.
For those great Moneyball A's, who were, of course, in the game for a couple of years there.
Yeah, people, you know, I mean, he's passed away, but Bob Welch won.
No.
Yeah.
Long at bat here, Cedric against King.
Young Award winner, and he happened to win 27 games. Not too far from here.
Young winner ever?
Ever.
Are you saying it is Bob Welch?
No.
Wow. Canely, that ball.
Oh, he turned.
I think he got it off his rear end.
Yeah, he turned at the right time.
Yeah.
He's just waving them off. I'm okay.
Yeah. Right buttocks. Somewhere in there.
I think that's where he got him.
Yeah, and he goes, when in doubt.
Strikeout to walk ratio, 3-1. Opponent's hitting .253 off the right-hander, Holmes.
Question is, can they trust Clay Holmes in a big postseason spot here? Maybe this is an outing where, even though it's not.
I mean, I watched the game where I just tune in. He throws a grand slam on a breaking ball. You know, I mean, he's got a bowling ball sinker. So again, that's why, you know, much lower batting averages against the changeup and the slider. And he's a big guy, so I mean, he's got really
33 on that slider. But you're right, that fastball of his, that sinking fastball, has been turned around.
Yeah. Oh, not that Zach Britton never had a problem, but you know, some nights they'd hit ground balls on the ground. But in New York, when you're the closer, you can't afford to have blown.
Half dozen rows of seats.
Did that get through the screen somehow? I guess there's a hole over there. Yeah.
I don't think this is how it's going to work.
Yeah.
He's got special operations behind.
Well, just check him out. I mean, he's walking. He hears it.
Is he just going to leave now? He's going. I think the Yankee Stadium operations trying to corral him now.
You're right there. I mean, where he starts it and where that thing ends up. I mean, it's always been high velocity with Clay Holmes. It's never been about the velocity. It's been the location.
Well, here's the second where his dad played his home games in 2017.
Did for a while.
Well, he did.
But not many.
This was a cell phone in one hand and a drink in the other, so I guess he's lost the negotiation. An early breather. And a ground ball.
Jackson Holiday. I talked to him the other day and I said, hey, hopefully you'll make the roster. Just be perfect. You can see everybody's diving and nobody's getting it.
Sometimes with two strikes, you put it in play and you find a hole. You find yourself a.
Matt 54, Jackson 1. Although Matt Holliday did have 3 hits at the old Yankee Stadium. Started now since the returns of Arias and Westburg. Last time he was in the lineup was Saturday. Come off the bench with a base knock. Jackson Holliday plays some shortstop now.
Yep.
There. Strike to Westburg. The roster is a left-handed bat, guy who can play a couple of infield spots.
I would think so.
Holiday, Kerstad, Mountcastle, Slater, Rivera. That seems like a logical group. The position players in their leagues. 2-2 for Jordan.
Yeah, we had that conversation not too long ago with Vince. If you needed another outfielder to really, when you got the lead to go in, and a guy that could just run in anybody's face and steal a base. And
Back in the '72 when they won those World Championships, just on the, I don't know if he ever took a bat.
But I think it's a possibility.
Really?
I'm talking about in the
no, you
near
mean this
future.
year.
I actually asked Brandon Hyde about pinch runner roster to 40, right? You could add somebody like a Jarrett Dyson, a Quentin Berry, somebody who could just be on your team with the expanded to shortstop. And the Orioles strand 2 in the 8th. So 1 inning to go in the Bronx. 1 inning in your solo games. And poor Dave Johnson. Poor DJ. Only one with the win. What was DJ doing?
Drive that dump truck.
Dave had to fill in for you, Jim, here, and you actually put it down the stretch. Kind of like the Minnesota Twins.
So what?
And your reply?
I don't have one. The other day, with every show that David Letterman did.
Give us Matt Bowman's line.
Well, yeah, Judge is not hitting. He's been really good until last night. The professor throws a lot of strikes, not overpowering, a lot of movement.
Left T. Rowe Price, better questions, better outcomes. Question of the day: T. Rowe Price, the exclusive investment and wealth management partner of the Baltimore Orioles City. Who do you want to see Game 1 of the wild card? They're all aces, but if they have to.
Scuba's going to win the Triple Crown. We just saw Cole. Or you're talking about
yeah, it's Cole Reagan.
Orioles really rough up Reagan's this year early on. Yeah.
I think they hit Reagan's, but that was way back in what, late April?
Yeah. Does anybody hit Tarek Skubal? Not very often.
So Seth Lugo,
again, the Tigers are playing at such a high level, and they're using the openers, and they get they have all kinds of options. What if he beats Skubal in Game 1? So
really good shape.
Yeah, then you're in good shape. Now, you really get those matchups, especially early on.
And Tarek Skubal is scheduled to throw Sunday in the Red Sox for the next 3.
Yeah, but they're White Sox are on a roll.
I should say it's the 2 hottest teams in baseball. The Tigers, anything. Obviously, the Tigers push back Skubal, and then Game 2. Away they go. Probably Verdugo. That's high up into the Judge zone. Second deck, right field.
Go for a little trot. Back-to-back games from them. They've been waiting for him to do this all year long.
Vince has struggled. That's just a hanging breaking ball right in the heart of the plate.
Oh. The launch angle is not what you want.
37 degrees, not quite as high. Yankees have now hit 235. They've cleared the Orioles by. Matt Bowman, is he going to be on the playoff roster? Certainly looked like it with the right-handers in the bullpen and all the lefties. We know Grayson Rodriguez will not be on the roster. Brandon Hyde announced yesterday that they ran that nature. They said they just simply weren't going to get him stretched out enough. And they decided yesterday to shut him. And there's a 2-hit game for Anthony. Scoop, plus award-winning episodes of The Chill, the award, the best donkey bass. Orioles. Best episode of our one donkey race.
Exactly.
Up right now. Rivera at third, Kerstad in right. Jackson, who of course came up as a shortstop, has played that. Let's see if the Yankee shortstop can give him a chance here.
It's the right field. So using the backside after but 21 home runs last year.
Yeah,
runs down.
He's still got a pretty good leg kick, but it looks like to me, I mean, seeing him from last year to this year, he shortened that leg kick just a.
Twins have gotten a run back. They have 2-on-2 out in Minnesota. It's 4-1 Marlins bottom of the 7th inning as they try to one. The other game of consequence tonight, just about to get underway in Los Angeles. Padres. That ball's finally in play from Volpe. Kerstad's the new right fielder. He'll call off Westburg. In a brand new Hyundai. The Orioles Arizona Fall League participants. Roberto Mercado. Williams. We thought of catcher in the system. We got to meet high school dean of students who's been a manager and assistant for 3 years. Moved up to Bowie this season, so a nice honor for him. Hill will look to close it.
Yeah, Tim Hill with the White Sox. And the Yankees making his 61st of 57 off the left-hander, Hill.
Yeah, the second most ground ball pitcher in the big of the Yankees, and lights are out. And he can pitch more than one inning.
Santander, just 4 hits for the Orioles tonight. And a bouncing ball to third. Back.
Well, Rizzo can just do it over at first, can he?
What a horrible throw.
Where it's going. Oh, yeah. I think he got him.
Yeah, I guess he did.
Rizzo didn't exactly get his foot where he.
Austin Slater will bat now for Colton Cowser, as Brandon Hydes used everyone save Ryan. Slater up the middle. There's a base hit. So his first at-bat in a few games. The 2024 Roberto Clemente Award presented by Capital One, recognizing players who best represent the game through Posit Clemente Award. James with a hit and a walk tonight. That's still a great season for the Orioles again this year. That's one of the best records for the O's in a long time against the Yankees.
Well, everybody else in the division.
They're going to end the regular season, the American League East champions, despite a 26-26 record in the. If these teams do face off, if the Orioles get out of the wild card series, and if the Yankees get the bye, there'll be a game intimidated by the Yankees.
No, talking to Colton Cowser, I mean, they enjoy the challenge, and especially in postseason play. And when you had, and don't forget about last year, the Orioles had a lot of success last year against the Yankees as well. So
19 games better than the Yankees last year with all the injuries, and Rodon didn't pitch well. Of course, he's won 16 games this year because of the injuries. But again, short series, never ever know. And it's frightening because again,
game one is so important, right? I mean,
what you talking? Was it just a hit here, hit there?
A squibber by Rutschman. Hill late to first, so Adley.
And hits, but of course they had the Judge home run, the Verdugo home run. There it is, ground ball, 70%.
It doesn't quite work every time for Hill. Yeah, the hit column is 8-6. Just ignore the run column.
They all scored that
in. They did. Back in the 6th.
The Yankees have only left 3. And they've scored goals from Holiday and Slater. See if Mountie can join the party.
Yeah, they did. Figure Pablo Lopez is going to have to probably pitch one of the games for the
Mountcastle.
Yeah, look at this.
Just top it. Just hit it right into the ground. Do that. Podcast is presented by authority of the Orioles and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of the Orioles. Since 1982, Orioles have gone 8-5 this year. Rivera in the air, deep center field. Land for Manuel Rivera. Does at least break the shutout. That puts the Yankees 1 out away. Never want to see the opposing team celebrate, but the Orioles can still leave here with their heads held high. Tigers loss, if that is ever going to happen again, over the final 3 games for both teams to clinch the top wild cards. Are tied for the celebration. Garrett Cole is ready for it. He and Corbin Burns had quite the duel.
Everything we hoped it would be. I mean, it was that good.
You never know from the score now. This was Ace versus be fresh for the wild card opener on Tuesday. Ball and a strike. 42,022 are on their feet here at Yankee Stadium. Mullins, a chopper to shortstop. Volpe on a run to first. That'll do it. The Orioles get the series. The Orioles' reign atop the American League East is over after 1 year. The Yankees are back on top.
Oh my God! No. Yes, Aaron. Please look at me.